I feel like I'm literally starting YouTube all over again. Once again, it has been forever since I posted on YouTube. I'm so out of practice with this, but I wanted to make a comeback. I feel like I've said similar things so many times. It's February 14th, and I've had a really bad few months. So I need to update you guys. I'm sorry, this is very chaotic. I need to update you guys on things and kind of just tell you where I am and what's going on in my life. My goal is to update you guys in this video and then do happier content in the next few videos. So I do understand if you don't feel like watching this, but I cannot come back and just ignore everything that happened. I've always been very upfront and open on YouTube, and I want to continue that. So here it goes. Mr. Minner started not responding to his medications anymore, and we moved his appointment up. We saw that he was acting kind of like he did in the beginning of getting sick, and I had in my gut just this feeling of we're out of options. And at that point, it had been, 13 and a half months of taking care of Minners, and that being such a big point of my life, and that had gone on for so long, that it was not only the thought of losing him, but the thought of just my life changing and not knowing what to do with myself. I don't know why I'm telling you that. The point is, on December 15th, the day before my birthday, bad things always happen around my birthday. I'm not going to get into that. But the day before my birthday, we had his appointment. And it was very clear that his medications were not working. Steroids weren't working. His new immunosuppressant that had been doing so great was no longer working, and he was dropping very low in his red blood cell count. And the last thing we wanted to do was have him struggle to breathe. Our veterinarian said there's 2 medications. Let me check on them. One of them took weeks to work, and the other was unlikely to work, but we could have tried it. But in the time that it would have taken to start working in his body, he probably would have had what we would have been looking at is bringing him home and then him having respiratory failure or respiratory problems that would cause him a lot of distress. And we all agreed that at this point we were causing him pain. So we said goodbye to Minners. I'm very familiar with loss, but that is the closest thing to a child that I ever want. It was so painful, and our vet and the nurse were just crying with us because they had seen him so many times. And I held my baby boy and said goodbye to him. And frankly, I was so distraught. I cried a lot for a few days. I could express so many emotions about losing him, but I'm gonna skip past that, because if you love your animals, you know. So after a few days of being comatose with grief, I got COVID for the first time. Since all of this started, I got COVID. Zach and I both did. He got sick first. He got better pretty quick, and then I was sick for weeks. So for about 3 weeks, I was like very sick, and then the symptoms have continued to kind of linger. I think I'm better now, but I definitely had a pretty rough go of it, but I'm just grateful that I didn't need to be in the hospital or, anything like that, but it was rough. So that took us to about mid-January. We got We got his ashes. They did a beautiful little box and paw print and little keychains with a bit of ashes inside. And then I'm gonna tell you the other part that's been ruining, that's been really hard. This is not bashing my boyfriend. He was really going through stuff, but obviously if you have a pet, and Minners was uninsured when he got sick. He had been a healthy cat. I had never had a cat that needed constant visits before. I guess you just don't until you do. And so he was uninsured. And so the vet bills really, really piled up. And again, this was over 13 months of, you know, the vet bills. So at the beginning, when we found out, like, yes, he is really sick, this is going to be a big problem, I started a GoFundMe. It may still be in the description box if I haven't taken it out. I think I may have. And I set a goal for $5,000 because we had literally spent $5,000 in the first 3 months of him being sick, maybe even less. And so many people did give money. It was about $500 and something, which I thought, like, wow, that's such a big chunk of what we paid. So we were able to help cover the expenses. I took a little bit out of savings. Zach paid what he could out of pocket, charged some other stuff. Like, we just did whatever we could to pay for his bills. And at some points during this stretch, he was going weekly to the vet, and it was minimum $150, but usually more. So obviously that was a big expenditure, and I don't have a quote real job. And we kind of agreed that it was kind of meant to be that I was home all the time because he needed so much care. And I switched my total schedule around. I mostly was sleeping during the day, not getting a lot of sleep. We were always on the watch for him because we loved him so much and wanted to make sure that we were doing everything we could for him. I was having a very, very hard time for the last several months, being depressed, feeling lost, like I don't know what direction to go in my life, and feeling like I'm reaching a certain age where, you know, I should be at this place. That's society telling us that, but, you know, I don't want to have kids, so what's the other thing that I'm doing? Like, there's so much pressure to, if you're not doing that, then what are you doing with your life? And so Zach did not tell me things, mostly to protect me from stress and anxiety because I was experiencing so much of that already. And despite me asking nearly every time we went to the vet, I would ask, are we good? Do you need me to take money out of my savings? Because basically whatever I made off of a brand deal or an ad or whatever, I would put into savings as much as I possibly could. I still do not have a car. Just put that out there. Again, I know that this is sounding like a sob story. It's not. I didn't need a car. So when we moved here shortly afterwards, I sold my car. Somebody was interested in buying it. My dad buys and sells and fixes up cars and stuff. So I was like, you know, this is a great way to just get rid of this car. It's not a car that I love, just like get rid of it. And then I would just purchase something, you know, when the time came. But before I put any effort into finding another car, Minners got sick. So I stopped saving as much money for that purpose and was more so just, you know, making sure that we were paying our bills. But it was a lot of money. So Zach didn't tell me the extent of how bad the situation was, and he apparently got into a good bit of debt paying for Minner's bills. So around the time that I got better after COVID, he told me everything. You know, money isn't everything, but it can be such a huge stressor, and honestly, it was the last thing, it was like the last straw of me being okay. I felt a lot of emotions. Let's not get into that. People hide things for various reasons, and he did it with good intention because it was gonna cause me more stress. But I got really excited in January because I thought that we would be moving. So I thought that we were potentially moving, possibly, you know, and then he tells me everything, and there is literally no possible way for us to improve our life right now. I am at such a loss because I feel rather stuck. I've been working really hard on my like TikToks and Instagram and stuff, and for whatever reason, they're just not showing my videos the way that they were. Like, things were going really well, and now it's just taking like this weird turn where, I mean, I get hardly any views, and YouTube did that too. And so, you know, I never started this with like, you know, ooh, this is gonna be how I make so much money. I was hoping that it could be a career just so that I could earn a living doing what I love. That seems almost impossible now, because it is what it is. There's so many people trying to do this, right? I don't think that I'm particularly like outstanding and like being funny or having like the most amazing makeup skills. Like, I feel like I'm decent, but I don't think I have whatever magic or luck or talent or whatever it is that, you know, that makes you one of the more elite people. And I never really wanted that. It seems like every platform I post on, it just doesn't show my stuff. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I have to face facts that if I want to improve my life, that maybe this is not the way to do it anymore. But I love doing it. Like, I'm not giving up because I love it. I'm going to keep doing it, but there's also like the realistic side of things. So I'm trying to figure out my life. And this is, you don't have to, you know, pity me or whatever. I mean, I'll be okay, and I still have a home. I still have my kitties that I love. I'm able to eat, all of that. So I'm not without privilege. I had such big plans. Despite Zach withholding information, he has allowed me to pursue my dreams, and if I didn't achieve them, that's on me, but he still allowed me to try for a very long time, and I'm still trying. But yeah, I don't know what else to do. We're figuring things out. It's so many bad things happen like back to back to back, and it's just a rough time period. So I don't know what else to say. Apart from losing my brothers, losing Minners has been the worst thing. I'm really grateful that he never had to get to the worst part of his disease. But if you've gone through it, you know, like, choosing it is so painful. Like, a lot of times it is the right choice to make in certain situations, and I think we made the right decision, but he was licking his little treats, his little, we call them licky sticks, the little cat treats. Yeah, he was laying on this pink rug. I have it. He loved laying on this. I have it on the little bench in my window now for the other kitties. He laid on his little pink rug that he loved, and he had his treats, and he had his favorite people. But I just wish it wasn't something we had to choose. Oh, he made so many. If you guys have watched my videos for a long time, you know he made so many appearances, and I would pick him up and show you. And honestly, like, I put off talking about this or making a YouTube comeback because he's not here. He would usually be right here. The kittens have gotten so big. This is serious. It's okay. But yeah, they're all still here. I'm sorry that this video was so sad, but there's everything. That's where my life is now. It's in shambles. I don't know what this year is really gonna look like. I'm trying to switch my attitude to be positive. That is a task. I am not naturally an overly like optimistic person. I'm a little bit like realist, pessimist, even when, you know, I can be goofy and silly and have fun and love all the cute stuff and all of that. There's just deep down in my core, I'm just like, I think that just happens, you know, when you have a lot of negative things happen in your life. You're just like, well, shit happens. But I'm very happy to make a comeback. Please disregard all of this, all the other times that I have asked questions like this. Please disregard them and only listen to this one. Starting from here on out, I would really like to know what you guys would like from me for YouTube. If you're watching this still, you deserve a reward if you are. I thought at one point about just doing vlog style videos. I can do my unboxings again if you guys would like to see a return of those. I can do try-ons or tutorials or get ready with me's or any other idea. If you have something that you would really like to see, only like those things that you're really truly interested in, you know? But whatever style of content you'd like, I can do that. And yeah. I have some chicken salad chick in my refrigerator. We've been more frugal. Like, I'm very much a person, once he told me everything, it was like, all right, we gotta write down, we gotta make a budget, we gotta get back on track, because all the money took such a backseat because it wasn't as important. But now it's like, okay, we have a big mess to contend with, and it's being contended with, but it's like a mountain right now of stress mainly. But you know, we're getting past that. But anyway, we've gone back to shopping at Aldi, making our meals at home, which honestly I love shopping at Aldi. That's no shade. It's not just affordable. I like their stuff. But he did get me chicken salad chick yesterday, but I was so tired that I didn't even eat it. So I'm gonna have a very early lunch. So anyway, I got up early so that I could have a productive day, so I need to get myself together. And literally, both these batteries were dead within like 10 seconds. So I need to charge these batteries so that I can get back to my vlog camera. I can't wait to read your comments. Let me know again what you want to see. I'm gonna have my chicken salad. It's hair washing day, and I think I need to order, I did that foam hair color. What was the brand? Hallie, I think. It actually worked really, really well. Like, I think it's been like 3 months. Not quite 3 months, 2.5 months maybe since I did that, and it lasted so well. Like, cannot really tell that the blonde is coming back. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that again because I don't think I'm ready to make a decision on my hair, and this way I can keep letting it grow. But you can see where my real roots are, down to like here. My hair started growing a lot once I stopped bleaching it. So anyway, the color foam is $15. It worked really well to cover all the blonde and kind of give me like a semi-match. So I think I'm gonna do that again. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you came to see this, I know that it has been quite a while, and I'm sorry again for the content being it is what it is, but this was just a way to tell you everything and catch up all in one so that next time the content is better. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you again, and I will see you in my next video, hopefully very soon.